Shit. I don't know if I remember. It was a really, really important, so it'll come through, message, but Mike asked me if I wanted to go to, they're going to Chipotle, and I said, no, I'm getting ready to shoot a video. Just stood there. It's alright. I'll remember, but see, there's... Just know that everything... Oh, I know what it was. Thank you. You know, I guess it's like part of taking your power back or whatever. Your power, right? I'm making Mike's blanket, so I got to get it done. I got 8 more, 6 skeins left. And I'm getting an urgency to do that. We're not a part of the victim, I think, mentality, how it's coming through. Maybe we'll see how it comes out. Maybe victim isn't the right word to use, and we'll see as we go along. I love learning with you guys. So I only got, well, it doesn't matter, a gist of it. I was listening to something, and then, pow, something bounced in my head, and it was, you know, being a victim. We're not just puppets. We're not just victims. It's not like we didn't have any say. I don't know. It's something about finding that part of yourself, and it's not pride, but you have a say on this spiritual journey. I heard, right, on all these lifetimes of your human, that wasn't just let out, that you had a part to do. There's something about that. Something about us having a part in it. You know? That's all. Really. Really, that's it. But that seems to be, it felt so profound. You know? For me it was. So hopefully somebody needed to hear that. I'm going to go back to listening to what I was listening to and doing this blanket. And, also, I guess I'm supposed to say, too, that now, either people will get it or they don't. I'm not going to help them out on that. You can't. Here's a message. You'll never change anyone's mind or view of you. 333. That's an inside job on them. Because you're staying pretty much the same. So it's really not with you. It's with them. 3, 4, 5. See where we went from 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. See what I'm saying? Step by step. But starting a step ahead instead of back. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. Right? Well, I guess it is kind of a couple steps. But I don't know. There's something about as we progress, it's in steps. It's something about never really starting back. I don't know. Not back at 1, I guess. I don't know. 420. That we do have a choice. I do have a choice not to follow this path. I do have a choice not to be this. When I was a child, maybe not so much. I don't know. Maybe now that I'm aware I have a choice, before maybe I did it. Maybe that's the difference. Maybe that's part of the evolution and the growing, you know? And even knowing all the fuckery that people are doing, what's said, because you know, your spiritual team, they tell you Some may go looking for it. I'm just, what I need to know it when I need to know it, and they allow me to know that. That's my faith and trust. So I can just do what I do. Coming home to that, knowing that is one thing, but really coming home to it and owning it and knowing it, right? An inner knowing, right? The inner stillness, the inner verse, if you will. All of it. Does that make sense? I'm just chill. Whether I get somebody or not, it doesn't matter. See, those things don't become, that's how you know you're growing, when those things that used to really matter. I don't want to be alone, I don't want this, I don't want that, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Whatever your abandonment issues or whatever it is. What the fuck? Bro, excuse me. It's wonked. Something ain't right. I hate bras. It's really bugging me. Anyway. Where was I? I so rudely interrupted myself. Yeah, things, when you change your inner world, you know, the things you see, your outer world changes, you know? Your inner world changes, your outer world changes, so the things you're looking at. I think we've talked about this before. I'm pretty sure I have quotes and stuff, you know? And this whole thing with people saying, oh, I know someone's stealing my stuff and blah, 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 you know? It's like, literally, I already, you know, I talked about that, or I thought about that, but depending on, you know, if that's the energy going around and people are who they say they are, then they know one thing, that other people are picking up on it. It's not just them. So, you know them by their fruits, right? There are copycatters out there, but like I said, you'll know them by their fruits. They'll probably, you know, be the ones to, you know, they usually tell on themselves, right? One way or another. One way or another. I don't know, that came through. So, you know, if it pisses you off, maybe take a good look at yourself. Am I talking about you? You know? And a lot of times, you know, they'll go, wow, she's saying, you know, that sounds, or that's not my, you know, it's, I don't know. I am you. I'll pick up on you. I'll pick up on your energy. I'll say things, you know, that's for you to know. You know what I mean? That's how you know. Or whatever. I don't like talking about this shit because I just do what I do and I love it. So maybe you guys should stop thinking it to death or sending me all that energy where I have to answer these things that takes away from the real issues, and that's getting us to where we need to be for what's coming. You know? So there's that, right? Who knows? Does it matter? In the long run, 9/14. Does it matter? Look how wise I am, and I was just born yesterday. That's funny. Oh my gosh, she's arrogant, yeah. We're talking about, if you've watched my videos, then you'll know what I'm talking about. So then, I don't know, I guess that would be the soul, the energy that's coming through. Everyone's still getting hung up on the human. I'm hearing, that's satanic. Why would you do that? That's the opposite of what God wants you to do and what it's all about. That's human. Ew, this human's gross. Knock it off. Get it off me. Maybe if you shake yourself, you can knock the human off of you. That's funny shit right there. That reminds me of Deacon. The baby's born, doctor spanks him and knocks the dicks off the stupid ones or something like that. I don't know. It's funny how he said it. He was cute. When you open your heart and your mind and you begin to release all these fragments of your soul, unlock them from their cage inside of you, and allow them to come back to the whole soul and awaken it. I heard it drops lifetimes off of you. That's funny. It just opens up a whole different way of being and seeing, you know? So when you look at the world, 1103, you're not seeing the same thing everyone else is. Yeah, there's this and that and this and that going on. But in your world, 1111, you see it different. And that's what makes you stand out. That's when they want to try to dim your light. Because they don't like what they can't understand. They repel, they reject. They get in disgust of what they don't understand. And yet, come close to understanding. Understand is like under, right, beneath. But they feel that way. We don't look at them that way. We just want to help assist them, but that's all on them. There's nothing we can do. And I think that becomes part of the spiritual mastery, is knowing that the only thing you can control is yourself. But, I mean, really get to that point where you have peace about it. I don't know, it just hits different. When you get there, you know, something you have to experience. But on the spiritual journey, learning, you know, it's okay to go, fuck, I'm not where I used to be. And then I'm not in the place of when I was getting better. Like, why doesn't everyone know this? You know what I mean? And it comes across cocky. Maybe you might even feel a little bit better about people, but you don't. But you do, but you don't. Does that make sense? You know, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I just really can't explain it. And then, you know, you just have to face yourself more and more. And you're like, oh, man. Take a good look at yourself now. Because everywhere you go, you'll still be there. It's not what I was going to say at all. It actually was a lot different in my head than what was coming out of my mouth. That's funny. Because I'm pretty witty. I mean, rhymey sometimes. But that was opposite. It was interesting. It's that whole, I guess, trying to go, okay, you know the difference of when it's from the soul, we'll say, or when someone else is trying to build. They're giving me that movie with Jim Carrey where he was, Evan Almighty, was it? Where he was making that guy, Steve Carell, or whatever his name is, right? Manipulating. So there's a lot of that. But when you bring awareness to it, it brings it out in the light. My ears are going off like crazy. It's like, make this bitch shut up. We can't. They're like, fuck. That's probably the best. I heard NSA. What's an NSA project? It's Westworld, I'm telling you. You got family in the Navy? I do. Do I? Yes, I do. In a lie, no doubt. Greatest experiment ever. Ever feel like your whole life has been under a fucking microscope? Like there's some of us, MK Ultra kids, but they didn't talk about how it goes down genetically. Oh, shit. Shut up. I don't know anything about that. Never heard of it. Nothing. MK Ultra I have, but I'm really not sure what it is. An experiment, but it has to do with the Navy. with the Navy. Maybe certain families are picked out. It's giving me that trading places. An experiment. If we, only give them this life and this like being controlled, like an experiment. Can they make it out? Will they ever awaken? Will they ever get to that point to know who they are? They want to keep you down. Maybe it's royalty. Maybe it's billions of dollars, empires. Because it all came down to all these different cultures. It all came down to, you're the last. I'm hearing purebred, but you wouldn't be a purebred. But the combination of them all makes you the purebred. Make sense. That's cool. Man, I feel like I should write a book or something. A fairy tale, and then it just turns out to be all reality, and then it's like, what the fuck? Whoa. Cool. Everyone's cool now. There's no hunger, there's no fuckery. You know what I mean? That's the fairy tale I want. And it's so simple, I just don't get why we're not there. Because it wasn't time yet, I guess. So simple, it's going to make you go, what the fucking hell? How did we allow? Because maybe it was all part of it, you guys. Maybe just accept that. Once you accept that, your whole world changes. It's a fairy tale. It's a game, they say. Well, change the game up, master. Master of your puppet. Who's pulling your strings? If you've been released into the world and you've done the work, then why are you not creating? We got the clean slate. This came out today. The do run, 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 the do run, run. I haven't fucking heard that since I was a little girl. He was hot, right? The Sean Cassidy's a Leif Garrett. That was my favorite, with his puka shells and his tan skin. I'm from Southern California. Duh. Now you realize. Best recognized, I heard. That's funny. From San Fernando Valley, no doubt. Mexican American. Weather. Anyway, this has been real. This has been fun, but it hasn't been real fun. It's signing out from not something as cool as California, but Kansas. Ugh. It's all a thing. From here and get anywhere. It's the middle. 1818. Peace and hair grease. Love you. See you on the flip side.